Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Deb. You're welcome. There it is. I lost the microphone. Here it is. Yeah, I know. Do you know that things are always the last place you look? Everything. Everything is the last place you look. So if you haven't found it, keep looking. Good morning, everyone. I am Stevie Lang and want to welcome you to Unity Center of Des Moines. We are a welcoming community that supports a positive spiritual path. We welcome you just as you are and recognize your own sovereign right to walk your own unique spiritual path. If you didn't notice as you came in, if we have some new faces, I think I recognize everyone, but if there are any new faces here in person, there are welcome packets as you came in, and there's also some new prayer forms, which we'll talk about some more during the announcements. But we're going with a prayer ministry here, and there are some new forms on the atrium and also on the prayer box. So let's begin with song. The lyrics will be up on screen, and I need to catch my breath because this one takes a lot of breath. And we love it when you sing along. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. 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 Yay! Thank you, everyone. I got full body goosebumps. Who else is there? I'm gonna raise this up. All right. So announcements. I want to give a really big shout out to that guy in the suspenders over there, named Mitch. I had an SOS, Mitch, I need help, because we had a weird smell coming from the sink in the atrium. And he came in and he discovered that there were some new parts that were needed, and he had the skills and expertise, and he rolled up his sleeves and spent at least great portions of 2 days getting that fixed for us. So can we have a round of applause for Mitch? And why he's a hero around here when I really need help in a pinch. He's always there. So thank you, Mitch. If you haven't heard me talk about it yet, in the community room, there is a bulletin board between those two doors that is dedicated to Sunday stuff. We have so much that goes on in this building, but that bulletin board is just for Sunday stuff. And you will notice if you go out there, there are Lenten books. Lent starts on February 18th, and you can get a free booklet from Unity Worldwide if you just go to their website or call the phone number. So there's a free little, or there's a sample booklet on that bulletin board that you can kind of slide out of the pins and take a look at it if you want. And there's instructions on how you can get yours. They've asked that if you want one to come by February 18th to get your order in sooner rather than later, but just know that that is there. And we also have a new member class that is starting 3 Sundays for an hour after the service, 12:30 to 1:30, starting February 15th through March 1st. So if you want in on that, that is just an overview of Unity. It is absolutely not everything you need to know or everything you could learn, but it's an intro and it'll give you some resources for what is Unity and what are we doing here at Unity Center of Des Moines. So if you want to sign up for that, there's a sign up sheet in that bulletin board as well, and other information that just pertains to people who are involved on Sundays. If you haven't already, I ask you to please complete the directory and survey today. The questions are optional, but we have some board positions that are going to be coming open at the end of the year. We are needing to, we've been working on things to help us be more sustainable and give the people what they are looking for. So if you could please fill out that survey, it is due today. And then next week, February 8th, I will put together what I can in this week about the feedback we received, and we can, have a brainstorming session and, share our thoughts and ideas and maybe get some more tangible things from the feedback of everybody that we've been getting. So there's paper copies on that back table after you fill them out if you just want to drop them in the prayer box, or if you're maybe online. Some people watch online and we never see them in person. So there's a link in the newsletter, which you can go to unitydesmoines.com, click on newsletter. It's right there at the top. So just the deadline is today. So please get that filled in if you have not already. Thank you in advance. Also, the art fair registration, March 14th. That registration is open. I will have flyers to promote by next weekend at the latest. I'll probably get them sooner than that, but they have been ordered. So if you would like to be an artist, and if you're wondering if you're an artist and do anything creative, you are. So consider having a booth March 14th. There's limited spots available. And deadline for that, I don't remember, but it's, we have some time. But please get your registrations in early because it's first come, first serve on prime spots if you have any special requests. Also, as a reminder, the time has come. Next Saturday, February 7th, is Path of the Heart and Inner Christianity Workshop from Reverend Stephen Wynn. He spoke last week. Was it last week? Wow, it's been a long week. But he is absolutely amazing, speaks from the heart. And that workshop is going to be more of what he talked about in his talk, which I know how much it impacted me and how much positive feedback I got from other people who were here. So that recording is on our YouTube channel, Unity Des Moines. You can also get to it through the newsletter and through our website. So if you haven't seen it, if you missed it, Stephen Wynn. And I also ask if you could please register for that workshop because I think he's going to have some handouts and it would be helpful if we knew how many people were planning to come and have the space set up for that. So that is next Saturday, February 7th, 1:30 to 5:30. That was a lot. And we have more. There's so much going on that I will just mention that today at 5:15, there's kirtan, and then 6:30, a gong meditation. And Tuesday, February 3rd, in addition to the midday meditation at noon, there's also gong along practice after that. If you have taken the gong along class, you can practice. Otherwise, you need to watch for the next gong along class to be able to participate in that. Thursday, February 5th is Common Thread. And Sunday, next Sunday, we've got, I'm talking potluck, community discussion, and then toning in the afternoon. It's a big day. And if you happen to watch sports, there's also an NFC AFC game going, if you care. So, minus the Bears, yes. So anyway, if you care, it's a big day. Other events coming up, if you would just check the calendar at unitydesmoines.com. We have so much going on that I'm not going to list off everything, but that I listed was just what's coming next week. All right, announcements. Are there any announcements in the next week that I either forgot or didn't mention? Okay, cool. Oh, yes?
This isn't an announcement, but I haven't talked about Linda for a while.
Yes, somebody asked about here. I'm going to give you the microphone, Sharon.
I just thought I had not let you all know what's going on with our dear Linda. It's been a week ago Thursday that she had her last chemo treatment. She has gone, she's had 3 and then the big surgery and then another 3. So we keep her in our thoughts and prayers for that. The best thing is she keeps talking about when she's coming home.
Yeah.
I got this note from her yesterday, Sharon, I'm packing. And she's really anxious to get back home. This morning it was a little bit of, I don't feel real good today. I got a cough and stuff, but that happens to all of us. So please keep her in your thoughts and prayers as she brings herself home. I really miss her so much.
I know, we all do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you just reminded me, prayers. Where is Judy at? There's Judy. Judy is the one that has been helping us with our prayer ministry, and I'm going to hand the mic to her. Yeah.
So, hello, Judy Blaze, and hey, Mike. I'm new to the community, but I'm not new to New Thought, which Unity, of course, is part of. Prayer is powerful, and there's no wrong way to pray. And I think you're going to learn several ways today. Are you going to talk about prayer? A little bit. A little bit. Okay. So anyway, I taught a class on a prayer that I learned 40 or some years ago called Spiritual Mind Treatment. in the tradition of Science of Mind, which is a sister organization of Unity. And I have been using it for all these years. So, and it's like, I think it's the only spiritual practice I've done that long.
Yeah.
And it's just part of my life, and it's just a go-to thing. So I decided to create a new prayer request form that is in alignment with that type of prayer. And you now have a dedicated group of prayers that get together once a month to pray in person for these requests. We're also picking them up every week after the service and praying for them during the week. Someone will disseminate the information to the few of us who are all in that group. So it's a powerful time. So I encourage you to use these. And here's something that Stevie pointed out to me she hadn't thought of. So the prayer request says, give your name, condition or required healing, and the desired outcome. She said the desired outcome was something new to her. That is the most important part of prayer because that's what we pray for. We don't pray for the disease. We pray for the desired outcome.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, this is kind of a new program for you, for people to pray for you and your loved ones and hold the consciousness of oneness in this place. So don't forget, they're over there and they're out there. And you put them in that little prayer box.
Yes.
And they're, oh, it's all confidential, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Take the
Oh, you take the mic.
Can we have a round of applause for Judy and her work and energy? She just, from day one, they moved in from Santa Fe a while back and then walked in one day and you've been coming ever since. All right, let's say our statement of faith. If we could have that up on the screen. We'll say this all together. There is only one power active in my life and in the universe, the divine source of all life and love. Next, the unity affirmation. And as we say this together, if we could really allow ourselves to drop into the oneness that connects us all. Unity of the One is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others. And with this spirit of oneness, I have a list of names to keep in our prayers this week and send them extra love today. Whatever you need to do to center yourself and ground and feel the divine within you. Akira, Elena, Allie, Annabelle, Brittany, Carla, Sia, Chad, Dennis, Dave, Dawn, Denny, DJ, Elizabeth, Jean, Jack, James, Jean with a J, Jennifer, Jesse, Jessica and family, Karen, Carrie, Kim and family, Christina, Laura, Larry, Linda, and Linda, Lynn and family, Marty, Mick and family, Muhammad, Matthew, Paul, Pam, Patrick, Peter, Rahima, Ron, Yasmin, Rienzo, Celine, Scott, Skylar, Susan, Terry, Victoria, and people with struggles we know nothing about.
And as we hold those people in our hearts in prayer, we'll move into meditation. Prayer and meditation are two of the cornerstones of Unity's belief system. So allow your body to begin to relax, sink into that chair that you are in, and let it fully support you. Notice if there are any areas of tension, and if you find any of those areas, just breathe in healing light and love to them. And expand the breath gently, breathing in peace, calm, and relaxation. And as you breathe out, let go of anything no longer serving you. Good time to release energies that aren't working for you anymore and start with new beginnings. And as we prepare to receive the lesson today on the teachings of Jesus, we connect with the Christ consciousness within ourselves. And we see it in each other. And we learn from the way shower, Jesus. And just open to receive any guidance that is meant for you today as we move into a moment of silent meditation. Taking a moment to pause in the stillness is a beautiful practice we can each do at whatever time we choose to. And as you begin to bring your awareness back, let that heart expand with light, with love, and allow that radiant heart to shine out upon the world as you go about your day today. Remembering to love yourself, breathing in unconditional love for yourself, and breathing out gratitude. It's time to nurture yourself. Expanding that breath and breathing that unconditional love for each one in this room. Breathing out gratitude for our supportive community. And a breath from deep within your belly, allowing that unconditional love to flow to all beings everywhere. We all want to be well, healthy, and happy, free from pain, suffering, and strife, and to know peace, and to know we can connect with that peace from within. We breathe out gratitude for all that is, even the things that don't look like a blessing when we first examine them. They're all unfolding for our highest good and for our soul's growth. And with that knowledge, we gently bring our awareness back to the space, taking it in with all of our senses, feeling gratitude for the space we are blessed to gather in every Sunday morning and throughout the week. And let that love and gratitude guide you through your day.
The daily word for today is taken from Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 24, which says, I act with steadfast love, justice, and righteousness in the earth, for in these things I delight. Setting an intention, deciding at the start of the day to be loving, considerate, and compassionate, colors all my interactions and activities. It's making a commitment to myself that no matter how the day unfolds, no matter what happens, and no matter what other people may do, I will remain steadfast. I began with God. After time of prayer and meditation, I envision divine love opening my heart and kindness inspiring my words. The sacred connection I feel in prayer elevates me above the cares and concerns of daily life, making it easier for me to be serene and unperturbed by any irritations I encounter. My intention is to carry the gifts of spiritual living with me always, my blessings to share. The affirmation that goes along with this, I will say it once, and then if we can all say it together, is this. My intention is to act with love and kindness. My intention is to act with love and kindness. Amen. It is now my pleasure to sing a song, as I almost introduced the speaker without singing a song. And this is, thank you, Doug, for having my back. This song is from the Universal Dances of Peace, is that right? So it kind of has a love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love, love, love. Yes, love. Yeah. All right. And it is with great love that I introduce our speaker at the right time. Our own Lyneva Hook will come up to the stage and give the message of teachings from Jesus. Please welcome Lyneva. Get in the right spot for you.
Thank you, Stevie.
You're welcome. Now turn it on. Ready?
Do I have to shut it off?
No, I got it.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I see some familiar faces and I see some that I have not ever seen before. I'm Lyneva Hook, and my husband and I have been coming here for about the last year, I would say. There's a lot of things we like about this place. I'm happy and thrilled to see how things are moving forward a little bit better. Not better, it's not the right word, but moving forward.
Sorry. There.
You're fine.
There you go.
To fill some gaps in, I'm just gonna roll with that. But it is my pleasure. This is something that I enjoy doing. So I'm gonna give my little talk that I came up with, about Jesus' teachings. And we're just gonna all connect the dots. What you found on your chair is a little prayer that we will say together, during my talk. And, we're gonna roll with that. Jesus has always been present in my life since the very beginning. My near-death experience at birth and at 1 year of age, both times my tiny body was completely blue. I believe it was at those times when my soul simply said, nope, you signed up for this.
Yes.
And I somehow knew it was going to be a rough ride. But I also had wondered what my soul agreed to in this life to be able to remain on the earth plane, having been given the choice to leave or stay. But my life has always been my roadmap to my awakening. I'm forever humbled and grateful for the divine guidance of Jesus, the archangels, ascended masters, angels, and the score of countless benevolent beings who have always been there for me and often making themselves known. It was only recently that I received a message loud and clear, what my mission is, and then it's time for me to take the reins by the hands. I don't know where this will lead. I only know I have no fear. I realized coasting along, riding on the comfort of their guidance and protection, it isn't going to fulfill my purpose or soul mission. I've often wondered how many people get the opportunity to discover what their reason for being here is, and being able to make the choice to follow through, committing one's life to it. Certainly would be easier for one to keep living the life the way they do from day to day. The true commitment comes from the heart, letting go of everything and trusting in divine guidance that's leading me by the hand and the heart to be in service of the world, be it one person at a time. A quote I stumbled onto: Jesus is always waiting for us in the silence. In that silence, he will listen to us. There he will speak to our soul, and there we will hear his voice. Mother Teresa. There is light and darkness in everything. And it was only recently that I was able to see it in its entirety on a universal scale. Not only does each one of us in our daily lives move through this ebb and flow, but every single part of creation does as well. So consciously navigating through in a state of harmony, peace, and balance every day is what allows us to intentionally live our lives in that flow that the universe exists in. Of course, there are bumps in the road, but those are our teachable moments, big or small. And in those times, we should stop, recognize it for what it is, breathe, recenter, and see where we're at. Act instead of react to situations that present themselves to us to learn from. There's something to be gained from every moment in life. I've had the desire to take on a deep dive into Jesus' teachings, those ways we've heard of our whole life, but may have lost track of along the way, disconnecting us from God, our Creator. In Jesus' teachings, it is love that brings together the human and the divine elements of reality. It creates the magnetism that attracts us to the divine and keeps us connected to it. Love establishes the bond with the source of our being. And I see a lot of love here. Everybody is so kind and loving to each other. Hopefully we carry that out in our daily life when we're out and about. But the root of his teachings is love. The first of all commandments is the Lord, our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, all thy mind, and all thy strength. The first commandment. And the second, namely, is love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Mark 12, verses 28 through 31. So with that bond in place with Source, a person connects with God's love, which begins to fill them. Jesus not only speaks to the need for people to love God, he speaks of God's love for people and his own love for people. For God so loved the world. John 3:16. Jesus was not just a man or simply the Son of God. He's a revealer. He's a teacher sent to guide humanity out of ignorance, which simply means lack of knowledge. The teachings weren't about following a set of laws or rituals. It's about looking inward and discovering that divine spark within. Salvation isn't something you earn through deeds or faith in an institution. It's something that you awaken to deep inside yourself. Jesus' mission wasn't to fix the world. He was here to remind us all that we're not of this world at all. Our souls existed long before coming into this world. We are spirit. We are a spark of the divine spirit. We agreed to forget when we came here, and now it's time to remember. Time to heal our wounds by simply recognizing that and letting all the pain and all the heartbreak that has brought us to this place here today. What did you learn when you went what you went through? Why are you holding on to it? The trauma wouldn't even exist if you would release that storyline. It doesn't have to define who you are. Let us pray together. The little prayer that you have on your, that you may have to share, because I thought I had enough, so I kind of spaced them out. But so let's take a deep breath into our heart space. And pray with me, please. I forgive all of those who have hurt me in this life, in any life, in any way at all. I ask for forgiveness of all those I have hurt in this life, in any life, in any way at all. And I forgive myself for the part I played in my transgressions in this life, in any life, in any way at all. And so it is. This is a great prayer to repeat every day. And as you do this, you're slowly releasing any bondage that has kept you tied to past pain. In the Gnostic literature, Jesus' miracles are often interpreted symbolically, emphasizing spiritual enlightenment over physical acts. Healing the blind wasn't just a physical act. It symbolized opening your spiritual eyes. The Gnostic story of Jesus isn't just a twist on a familiar tale. It's a complete reimagining. Instead of focusing on sin and atoning, it's about awakening, liberation, and self-knowledge. Jesus isn't here to fix a broken world. He's here to remind us that the world isn't our true home. Jesus offers a powerful reminder that spiritual truth is often hidden beneath the surface, waiting for us to seek it out. And perhaps, as the Gnostic believe, the kingdom of God really is within us, waiting to be discovered. There actually is an energy code in Jesus' words. And what really prompted me to dive into Jesus' teachings is because when I look around, observing and witnessing, it is obvious to me that around every corner, something is still missing in people's lives. Something that can't be found outside of ourselves. Yes, the world is hurting because of religious trauma that's deeply embedded in our consciousness, which I believe is because of the disconnection to God that the darkness has created, that we have allowed to have such an unconscious grip on us, be it through ignorance or lack of knowledge. But in truth, we've just forgotten who we are, and that we are spirit, forgotten our own capabilities and why we're really here. We are the light, and the power lies within us. I'm reminded every day that we are not simply here to exist. We are a living community, here to walk each other home. And as a light worker, witnessing and being a part of this grand transformation and the preservation of timeless universal wisdom is such a gift and an honor. Because by witnessing, you are able to meet people where they are on their journey, in those quiet moments when they realize they are a spiritual being having a physical experience. It is the soul work we came here to do, creating and holding space for each other. So through all of this is the oneness, as in this verse, I and my Father are one, John 10:30. And also the basis for his followers' experience of oneness. And that day ye shall know that I and my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. John 14:20. He taught the oneness of God to humanity in his teaching stories, the stories about compassion and the acts of charity. That's also a teaching of oneness. Then the king says unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me water. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Matthew 25, verses 34 through 40. All of these are examples of oneness. It is an astonishing message. In effect, God is saying that he is that person of lowly station in the world. Not just that he cares for the person or empathizes with them. He is them, the oneness. Perhaps the most powerful message of oneness is in Jesus' prayer in John 17, sometimes referred to as a prayer of intercession. It's a prayer full of the deepest love, where Jesus declares his son, his own oneness with God, and prays for a larger experience of oneness that includes human beings. It's about showing compassion, building connection with God, and trusting in divine faithfulness for others, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. There is much ground to uncover and reveal when it comes to Jesus and his teachings and who he was. And I will continue on this path to shed more light of the original teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. For I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. John 14:6. And so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You would like to share your resources with the Unity Center of Des Moines, now is your opportunity to do so. If you're here in person, we'll pass a basket around, and you'll notice there is also a QR code to Venmo, if that is easier and better for you. Maybe you're joining us online, and if so, we can accept donations via Venmo at Unity Des Moines. Unity-Des Moines, it's across the bottom there on the screen. And we can also accept donations via Zelle, which is on email, info@unitydesmoines.com. So we're just deeply grateful for your contributions that help us keep the lights on, keep the heat on, and continually have events here at Unity Center of Des Moines. Regardless of what your contributions are, whether they are of a physical, spiritual, energetic, or financial nature, we want to offer this affirmation. I am infinitely abundant. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I thankfully acknowledge the divine source. Can we have another round of applause for Deb? She drove a long way and dealt with a lot of stuff to get here, and yet she's here, showing up and blessing us with her presence. Through snow and sleet, I felt like
There's-
the postman.
There's snow and sleet and everything. And we wish you safe travels home. I'd like to dedicate this offering to do the work of spirit and truth to the people of the Unity Center of Des Moines. And we are grateful. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I'd like to invite everyone to stand up and follow along as Deb leads us through the words and hand motions of the Universal Greeting of Peace from the Gandhi Foundation.
And I'll say the words and show the motions, and you can repeat them back. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from the higher source,
My wisdom flows from the higher source.
and I salute that source in you.
I salute that source in you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let us work together. All right, that concludes our service for today. I would like to invite everyone to make a great big circle around the room. We usually hold hands, but if you've been sick or just don't want to hold hands today, put your hands over your heart. We're still energetically connected. We'll sing the universal, or no, we'll sing a peace song. Peace song. The light of the divine surrounds us. The love of the divine enfolds us. The power of the divine protects us. The presence of the divine washes over us. Wherever we are, the divine is. And all is well. Thank you, everyone. Yes. So is an amazing spread in the community room of food. Check out the Lent book and sign up for the new member class if you are so inclined. We do need some help with chairs. We've got Kraton and a full moon dog meditation tonight. So I need 2 rows of 6 towards the back and then all the other chairs lined up along the wall, not stacked, please. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next week. Take care.